today we're going to get started. We're going to talk about increasing your school's website traffic and visibility in a couple of days. It's like, Jen, how's that even possible? Well, I'm going to tell you a few things that you guys can do that can easily kind of navigate how to really work on your website so that, there's simple things that we can do that actually, and it's also something that you don't need to pay money to so that it actually works well. Okay. So let me go through that. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put it on the comment section and I will take it up at the end. My team couldn't join me today, so I'm on my own. So apologize about that. But if you need anything, just message me on the message on the comment, and I will definitely take that on Zoom. Okay. Okay, introduction to us, a little bit about us. If you guys don't know us, we are a digital marketing company targeting towards Christian schools. So we take care of holistically all of the marketing and needs for schools usually. So you might need only one thing or two things. We can do that, but we holistically go and look at a marketing strategy, put together what the goals of the schools are, and look at the website, their search engine optimization, how's Google doing, creating ads on websites or social media on Google. We look at just generally all of your email campaigns and your leads, meaning how many people are coming in, how are the leads taken care of, and then putting together a CRM for you. So that's kind of a little bit about us. Our heart is to really help Christian schools grow online, shine, so that more students, more families can be exposed to the gospel. So that's why we exist, is to help you guys shine and look professional online. So what is website traffic? Website traffic can mean a lot of things for different people. So just so that we have our terminology clarified, so we're all on the same page, let's define what website traffic is. Website traffic is the total number of people who visit your website, the pages they view while they are there. Each website is called a session, and every person who clicks onto your site counts as a part of your website traffic. Properly. Why website traffic matters is because you want to make sure that, inquiries and tours are happening. That directly relates to how you're doing your website, building awareness, and then meeting any fundraising goals that you guys have. It also matters for that as well. Okay. Next is there's two type of website traffic. You're like, oh, Jen, everybody comes to website. No, there's two ways we calculate in marketing website traffic. One is organic, and then the other one is paid. Organic means that, people come through without any paid ads. Just they're searching on Google and they're finding your school, or through social media, and or somebody directly typing in faith.ca website or faith.com website, just directly understanding that they come to your website. The other way of website traffic we calculate is paid traffic, which is Google ads. When you put ads on there and then, you come on the top search bar, that you can see the school, and that's actually through paid. And I'm not going to go in too much detail on that. We'll have another webinar on what Google ads look like. And then social media ads as well, YouTube ads, all of these are something that you pay in order to get people to your website. It's intentional. You have a goal behind those campaigns. So how does website traffic work? How does Google determine, why I want to put that school? And that's what I want you guys to kind of take away from this webinar, is that what is that program in Google that works, that makes your school come on the top? Or how does Google determine, what I want to put faith.com today on the top, right? Because when parents are searching for Christian schools near me or best private schools in New York, Google shows the result when it considers the most relevant and most trustworthy. So how does Google understand if you are the most relevant and trustworthy? What program do they come? Obviously, there's not a person behind it looking at it and saying, hey, how does this work and all of that. It's comes through a thing called crawler. I don't know if how many of you guys know heard of a program called Crawler. They actually have a web crawler that crawls through the website and looks at and says, okay, you know what do they have? And then they put all of that into a context indexing library, like a big Google library. So they say, hey, Christian schools, based on, when parents are searching Christian schools near me, Christian schools, the best Christian schools in Oklahoma, best Christian schools in Miami. When parents are searching that, you look at it, and then you look at the traffic behind it, and then you rank. Google would rank that and say, hey, this school has a lot about that Miami school or the Oklahoma school. I'm going to put that on top. And this school has nothing on it. It's not updating regularly. Then it's going to put it on there. So how the organic mechanism works that Google scans a website, indexes, put it into this Google library. It has a humongous library. And then the parents search goes and Google ranks that search based on the parents searching. And then when parents sees you on the top, that means that you earned a free traffic. Okay, so it's nothing that you have done. You just build a website, but because your context, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, because your context is relevant to what the parents are searching for, Google is going to reward you with the traffic. Okay. So some of the key things now, I'm going to go a little bit technical here. Now you're going to look at and say, hey, you know what? Okay, you're telling me that I need to look at some key things. Some of the key, we have a concept called search engine optimization. You probably know it as SEO. SEO stands for the fact that you look at your website, you scanning, remember that index that scans your website? And Google scanning your website, it looks for keywords that parents are looking for. And then it marks that keyword and says how many times somebody has looked for. I'm going to show you one more slide and we'll come back to this slide. So for example, we looked at a school in Katy Town in Texas. Christian schools near me is searched about for almost 50,000 times, versus preschool at Katy Town is only searched by 210 times. Look at this. Christian faith school is only it's searched 0 times. Again, this is on a monthly basis. We can get this report from Google. So it could change the next month, but obviously that's why we keep optimizing on a monthly basis. But when we look at this, what do you think we're going to do to that search engine optimization activity of our marketing is that we're going to put Christian schools within our blogs, within our somewhere in the hidden text of our websites, so that when parents are searching, Google sees that and marks our and puts us in the Google library and ranks us high up. I hope that kind of makes sense. So then we want to, and then now you're going to, here's what I was talking about from blog perspective. You use those keywords and add it to your blogs, add it to your updates, anything that you do on a regular basis. You want to use that as a, your toolbox of words that you want to use and put it under there. Okay. This third one that you can use to help with organic traffic increase is Google My Business or Google My Profile. They have renamed it to Google Business Profile. I don't know how many of you guys have that. I really hope you do. If you don't have a Google My Profile, we just literally written a blog on that and put a video together on how to set that up. Check that out on our website. If you don't have it, message me after. It's completely free from Google. It's one of the best ways to get organic visits and organic traffic to your website, to your school website. Okay. So if you don't have that, please come and connect with me and I will show you how to do that. But the key things that you want to look at on a Google profile is that you want to understand how to put your profile pictures in, what category your school should come in, reviews. You want to choose some selected good parents and put their reviews in. I'm telling you right now from our experience, just reviews alone, Google will increase your traffic by 20 to 25%. We have seen that. Now, again, there is a site setback this year for you guys for schools. If you put your category as instead of religious organization or as a school or education, Google review has been removed for you guys. And I know that, and which is something I cannot do anything. Obviously, it's in the hands of or at the mercies of Google. But there's other things you can do. You can still optimize your Google profile. You can update, you can even do social media posts on Google profile as well, which is a great way to kind of really engage. I'm going to go back and I don't think I was clear on the indexing of your website. So when you're doing indexing and you're titling a meta tag, this is what I want to quickly show you. I'm just using, I don't want to use a real school. So I'm just going to show you that if you put, this, you can define on your tag of your website, and the meta description is every page has a meta description. So go into your page description or page properties on your website setup and make sure you have that description set there and your meta tag set up correctly, so that when somebody, a parent, this is now going to word of mouth, if parents are copying pasting your website and giving it to somebody, they will see that on their text message or on their phone or in the email, that this name and that tag, and which is really crucial to, so that they right away within seconds you're talking about your value and the importance of your school. right? The other key things that I want to talk about is backlink, making sure your website is connected to referred through other sites, trustable sites. So it's like any partners you guys have. I know some of you guys are connected with ACSI or other associations. You want to make sure that maybe they can put some kind of links to your school there. And on that note, we have something free for you guys. We want to make sure that parents can find your school easily. And just like niche in US, we have created across US and Canada, North America, a Christian school directory. Just like a business directory, we have just dedicated Christian school directory. So you guys can scan this and be on your school can be listed here just simply for free. So if you just scan that QR code with your phone, I will also, if you want to just message me on Zoom, I can send you the link to that as well. And you can actually go into, or if you just put top Christian schools, and then you will be able to find this as well. And you can list your school's profile, your name. You can even say, when are you open for open houses and tours? Why we're doing this is to help you with that whole booking your tours, booking that backlink so that you guys are building credibility. Okay. And it's a lot of stuff. This is on organic traffic. The last part that I want to talk about for organic traffic is the key components is clarity of your message storytelling. I can do like hours on this, so I'm going to summarize this quickly. We also have like a lead gen that you can download, which I'll give it to you shortly as well. But this is very important. It's awesome that you get all these traffics to your website. We solve that problem, but then when they come to your website, they don't understand what you do, why my child should be at your school. They can't even picture their children at your school. Then we have lost all of that hard work of that organic traffic to your website. So we want to solve that first, and then I would say work on your organic traffic. So when your parents come to your website, they should know instantly what is special about your school. What is your unique value proposition of your school, right? How can you help the students grow spiritually and academically? Like they want to make sure that the values and the principles that are happening at home is translated into the school. And you won't get a chance to always do a tour of the with the parents. You might not even have a chance to walk with the parents. So you have to be able to convey that message online through your social media and your website, right? So here's a simple example I was going to tell you. And back to organic traffic, if people are coming to your website and then jumping out of your website within seconds, Google also ranks you low for that as well. So if you just have full of text and text and text, parents are not reading text anymore. They're scanning websites. They're looking at your website and going from left to right to left to right. Okay, can I understand this? Is this what I want? Because they're multitasking constantly, right? So if your website doesn't have the valuable content that they need, and they're jumping out of your website instantly without taking action or calling you, or if you're not able to measure that, then your website is not optimized. So for example, here's an example I'll show you, right? There's two websites here. Here's a website that is full of text. Okay. Here we have, calendar of the school. A lot of the schools that I have gone through has this, their hours of operation, the enrollment, a lot of information that is tailored towards current parents, right? And parents cannot, they're just like, oh my goodness, this is like reading a novel. Then there's this website where parents right away, they can scan, they can see pictures, they can see, develop God, hearts and mind, Christ sent lenses, just easy scannable content. They can pick out quickly what does that mean, equipping students for impact. What does that mean look like, right? So it's good to understand what let me just come back here. When we did this, we did a case study. Sorry, my computer is just moving around everywhere. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. I will share that back again. I think I lost connection here. You guys can still hear me, right? No? Thumbs up if you can hear me. You can still hear me? Yeah, okay, you can still hear me. Okay. Sorry about that. I will just get back to that in 2 seconds. Now you should see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. You can see my screen, thumbs up. Yeah, you can see my screen, guys. I'm going to continue. No, you cannot see my screen. You can see. Okay, perfect. I see the thumbs up. Perfect. Thank you. So here we have two one case study, right?
Janet shows the screen, but it doesn't show what your presentation slide is.
Oh, sorry. Let me try that again. Hmm. Having interesting. Try again. Is it showing you now? Can you guys see my screen?
That's it. Yes, yes.
Sorry, guys, about that. Okay, so let's go back to the case study. So case study is that I want to show you guys parallel to these things, right? What we did is we took this website, took the school's website. This is a mock-up of website. Obviously, I'm not going to show you a real school. Maybe one day, maybe offline, but I'm sure that some of the schools are really generous and they're willing for us to use it. But right now, just for the sake of the whole concept, I'm going to use a school that we actually did this for, but it's not the same name of the school, okay? The school was filled with lots of context. There's a lot of relevant information for current parents, but new parents couldn't really understand, see what they can relate to it. So we took that and simply, you know what, they were getting about 30 to 20, no, 25 to 30 people a monthly website traffic, which is very low, right? I'm just going to tell you. And it's a small town. I get that. It's a small town. It's about just under about, I would say 80,000 people living in there. So it's a very small town. But still, at 20 people, 25 people, it's a very low on a website traffic for a school, one of the top school that's there in that community. So what we did is we converted it and took the main components. What are we trying to solve here? What are we trying to serve? How are we serving these students? And make it really clear to the parents is that we are ready to partner with you to raise families with Christ-centered education. How are we doing that? High quality Christ-centered education, biblical training for life from JK to high school. So right away, they're like, oh, you know what? That's what I need. I might need my child to be in a Christ-centered focused school, right? And that's when I was just showing you the video on it. And then the results was that they were able to they went from 25, 30 a month to 300 people coming in. They went from getting one or two book a tour a month to they're getting about 3 or 4 a week tours, right? And then they got even the word of mouth. The parents got so excited of seeing the new website, the social media posts, and they started sharing it. And they didn't really need to explain anything because everything is explained. The value proposition is explained on the school websites, on their social media. So that's the big impact of that. So I'm not going to go through too much details just for the sake of time right now. But if you can download the 10 things you need for your school website that you must have on your website, this will give you a quick rundown of 1 to 10 things that you should have on your website. Give it to your marketing team or your website person who's managing your website. They will be able to help you with this. Okay. But it's just something that we wanted to bless you guys. Just, scan this QR code and you'll be able to download that. If you can't scan it, it is also on our homepage, and I will share these links with you at the end as well. Okay. I will send you to you through your email. Okay. So what is your website traffic, guys, look like? Do you know what your website traffic look like? I'm curious to know that as well. And also, we have a building. I want you to think of your school building and your website as equivalent. Just as you want your parents to walk in and you want the areas to look clean, tidy, professional, you're taking your school so seriously, you should take your website seriously because yes, website might be outdated, but there might be more parents coming into your website or people or donors coming into your website more often than you know, and you are leaving them just high and dry and losing those opportunities because your website doesn't look as nice as it looks, your building looks on the front. All right. So we want your website to go from 3, 4 people to 10xing your website so that they can know when they're coming in, when these many people are coming in, X number of people are actually taking actions. That's the difference we want to make in your website. That people are not just coming in and just leaving. We want them to come in and then actually do something and take action. Okay. So let's do a quick poll on this. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And I'm interested to understand how many of you guys actually are doing this in your website. So let me see if I can quickly run this poll. Here. If you can answer these two questions for me, it will be very helpful. First question is how often do you check your website traffic? Second is, do you even know how to check your website traffic? Do you even have a place to check your website traffic? So if you can check that for me, that would be great. This is a few more people. If you don't see it, let me know. No worries if you don't see it, but you should see it by now. Awesome. Good job. Thank you, guys. I'm going to actually end the poll. I'm going to quickly show you guys this so you guys can have idea as that is that so right now we have about one person, 17% checking it daily. We have another 17% checking monthly. We have about 33% checking it quarterly, and then we have about 33% never really checked it. Here we have 62nd question is 67% actually know where the website traffic is. Kudos, good job. You know how many schools that I talk to and interact with, they don't know where to and find their website traffic. So great job, guys. And then 33% don't know. That's fine. We can maybe help you guys with that. Let me know. I will be able to at least guide you on where to get that. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to our presentation. See if I can quickly share. Go back here. Okay. Thank you for that poll so that it's just to give us ideas and how do we do that. Here's a simple example of what we do. This is what our dashboard looks for our client's website, right? Every week they will know how many people they come in. Is they coming through mobile or they're coming through desktop? So you have an understanding of what the engagement look like. You will know on a weekly basis or even every other day, like next day basis, how many people called, how many people emailed, how many people submitted forms. This is our dashboard that you can log in and check these things. And then you also get clear details on where the source of your traffic is coming from. You will know if it's coming through Google, is it coming through directly, Facebook, social media, what's working for you. So you'll be able to understand that as well. These are important information so you can kind of say, so you're not guessworking on your marketing, you actually know where your traffic is happening. Okay, the last component of this webinar that I want to talk about is Google traffic. So when you're searching, 91% of the people take action on the first page. And then when you go to the second page, the number is crazy. Only 4%, and when you're searching, actually goes to that second page on Google's search results and takes action. So I don't know if you know what I mean. So when you're searching on Google, you have pages. So you have page 1, page 2, page 3, and X number of pages. So if you say Faith Christian School near New York, and then it appears on the third page, then most of the people won't take action. Majority of the people, you do appear on the first page if you put the exact same name. Now, if you don't put the exact same name, you say Christian School, and there you have about 20 different schools around your area in a radius of 15, 20 miles, then you might lose you might go on to the second and third page. So it's important to understand which page you're ranking on. So some of the key components to understand where you're ranking on the Google search, on the local search, is that obviously your website ranking, we already covered that earlier. Your keyword, which also we covered, making sure your Google, I have here Google My Business. It's Google My Business profile and your offsite. These are the key components, just to repeat what we talked about earlier. Make sure these components are intact. When these lines are intact, here's what your hyper SEO looks like. What a hyper SEO is that they look at each region. Let's just say this is where your city is, where your school is located. In that area, when they search particular keyword, let's just say Christian education or Christian school near me, you might rank number 1. Versus when you search, when parents are searching in this area of the location, you might become on page 10. That's what these numbers mean. Here, you might be on page 3. It's important to know that just so that you kind of know, okay, from a geographic way, where are you landing? Are you currently on page 20 or are you on page 1? Where are you from, in your local SEO, from a local search perspective, where are you landing? It's very important to know that so that you can be able to understand that, okay, am my website optimized? So you might be like, hey, Jen, I don't know what my hyper SEO ranking is. No worries, connect with us. We will be able to help. With that, we can be able to tell you a full marketing audit. So going back to this part, we can be able to tell you hyper SEO and give you a full marketing audit when you schedule this with us. So if you don't know it, don't worry about it. Come connect with us and we'll be able to help you with that. Okay. But the key things for the next step is that we'll be able to give you your hyper SEO audit, your just overall your marketing audit, and give you a recommendation. And then we want to see your website traffic at least double within months. These concepts that we have given you, even if you take half of them and apply it, I can guarantee you, you will at least double what your traffic is today. Now, as we promised in your email, we told you that we will give you a SEO Google checklist. Here it is. We'll also email you this in case you're not able to use this QR code, but you can scan this QR code and download your SEO checklist for your school. And there's about over 25 activities you can do, all organically. You don't need to pay anything to do this. And if you get your team to work on that, I'm telling you, you will see some increase on your website traffic.
We have covered a lot there. If you have any questions, we would love to help you out. Visit our website for more information and resources, give us a call, or send us an email. We are here to help your Christian school grow.